These fires, many people have lost their homes. Many of them may not have had home insurance. Of course, we've heard of several companies canceling coverage as of late last year.
So what do you do rather in a scenario like this? We have Nicole Houman and Moalem from Cali Claims Law, which specializes in property insurance claims, and they join us now to basically help us navigate these trying times. And you guys are based out of LA. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
And I know you guys are based out of LA. You've been very busy. I assume.
Extremely.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about what do you do if your company, for so many of them, have dropped a lot of these property owners. What do we do in those instances?
That's a terrific question to start, and it's such an unfortunate situation because candidly we've seen it happening all too frequently. California has been a high-risk region for insurance companies now for several years. The writing was on the wall that a fire was overdue in our region, and the conditions were quite ripe for it to be disastrous in the way we're seeing, unfortunately. And a lot of homeowners are in the unfortunate predicament where they've been dropped by their insurance companies. Now, there are legal requirements that insurers give homeowners at least 90 days notice before they drop those policies. So if you are in a situation in which you've been given 90 days notice that your coverage will be lapsing, it's highly prudent to secure new coverage as soon as possible. That's not very easy. And if you have a loan on your property, then you are legally required to carry insurance. If you are unable to obtain insurance in the private market on your own, there are opportunities available to you through lender-placed policies, or what we call forced-placed policies. The coverage is not as favorable, but at this point in time, it's important to have coverage in any possible way because your opportunities to recover are extremely limited if you're uninsured.
Can you tell us about, insurance may not cover all of the damage that had happened in these cases?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case, and that's why it's very important for homeowners right now to look at what their policy limits are, specifically looking at the declaration page and endorsement. This is very much policy specific. So if you look at your policy and you see limits and caps on your dwelling, on ALE, alternative living expenses, or your personal property, that's something to definitely be aware of. Some policies also cover law and ordinance, so if new building laws are placed, some policies will cover that cost.
Okay, so now I know that there was a one-year moratorium that was placed because of everyone who basically lost their fire insurance, their home insurance, just months before these fires ravaged the LA County. So what exactly does that moratorium entail? What does that mean for the folks who don't have insurance right now?
So if you're uninsured, that moratorium actually doesn't do much for you because it really just prevents carriers from dropping you from this point forward if you're insured in the given moment, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what can people do, right now? What's the best thing for consumers to do?
So at this point in time, if you've suffered any damage, whether it's an unfortunate total loss of your property or whether you've just had partial damage and perhaps a portion of your property has been hit by fire or has endured any degree of smoke, soot, or ash infiltration, the best thing to do is to get moving on a claim as soon as possible. Time is of the essence right now because insurance companies, quite frankly, they're going to be inundated with claims. And the insurance industry, as we know it, was already understaffed, already overwhelmed, and adjusters are going to have so much on their plate. So there is an advantage to moving quickly. Another thing that homeowners should think very seriously is about the repercussions of going into this process unrepresented. The reality of the circumstances are that insurance companies recognize that when homeowners come in without representation, they have flexibility to try and skirt by very stringent claims handling rules. And insurance companies are obligated to respond in a timely fashion. There are deadlines that are very strict as it relates to when they need to get back to homeowners, to give them timely updates, to go through the investigation process. So it's very prudent for a homeowner to be aware that their representation can make a big difference in what they're ultimately going to recover.
Obviously, thank you for being here. I know you guys are very, very busy, especially with what's going on right now. A lot of panicked folks, I would imagine.
Tremendously.
Yeah. And what's some of the major things that you guys are seeing right now in your office?
A lot of it is clients being concerned that they're underinsured or that the insurance carriers are going to be so overwhelmed that they won't handle their claim properly and quickly.
And something that we can learn here in San Diego County from what's happening. Is there any advice?
Yeah, the advice that I would give people is that this is a really good opportunity to familiarize yourself with your homeowner's insurance policy. We're seeing so many people, they were insured, but they really didn't know what they were insured for. And there are some basics that it's important to be familiar with when it comes to a homeowner's insurance policy. You have separate coverages, and typically what you see on a homeowner's policy is going to be coverage A for the dwelling. That's really going to be what your coverage is in order to repair or replace the property, the major structure on the property. You may or may not have additional coverage for other structures. These are other buildings that are on the property that may or may not be connected to the actual house. The other coverage people should have is going to be for their personal property, or what we call contents claims. That's your belongings, that's your furniture, your clothing, your keepsakes, your memorabilia, possibly your jewelry. You should know what your coverage is for that, and if you have any sublimits that may apply. What we frequently see are sublimits for jewelry. The third thing is that whether you have coverage for your alternate living expenses, because if you are displaced as a result of these fires, whether permanently or temporarily, whether because you lost your home or because you're under a mandatory evacuation order, you deserve to be compensated, and your insurance policy should cover you for your other living expenses, your food, your lodging, all of the essentials.
And very quickly, when should you take legal action?
As soon as you can.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you're not delaying the process, and make sure that you're watching out for scams. A lot of the time, there are a lot of people right now that are trying to monetize on this opportunity. So be very vigilant of that. And one more thing I wanted to add to what Nicole just said: San Diego can prepare by taking as many photos and videos as they can of their current state of their home and their contents as well, so that they have that in case, God forbid, something happens.
Great advice, ladies. Thank you so much for your expertise and for being here this evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, and best of luck to everyone out there.
Sure.
Thank you.